Hey everybody, it's low carb and keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger bringing you the one and only keto without the crazy. Today I'm going to share with you something that I learned from one of my mentors, and she doesn't actually know she's my mentor. We've never met. I have just admired her from afar for quite some time. Her name is Corinne Crabtree, and she does specialize in weight loss. She's not a keto person by any stretch, but she is just a phenomenal all around human being. I will link to some of her stuff in the notes below. She has a program called the No BS Weight Loss course and the No BS Weight Loss program. It is only for women or those who identify as women. So if you are a man or you identify as a man, sorry, you're going to have to find something else. Well, find me, find Adapt Your Life Academy. We've got stuff for everybody. Anyway, she has something that she calls equal airtime. And I'll explain what this is in a minute. But before I get into what exactly equal airtime is, I like to share with you mindset tips and strategies for behavior change. I do talk about the nuts and bolts of keto itself, what to eat, what not to eat, how to do it, how not to do it, but none of us needs that anymore. I don't think there's anyone watching my channel who is genuinely puzzled as to what to eat. Like, oh, I don't know what to eat on a keto diet. What foods are low in carbs? Like, somebody help me. If you do need help with that, get the page 4 food list. I'm pointing down below because it's in the notes below. Dr. Westman's famous page 4 diet, or read our book, End Your Carb Confusion, and follow the phase 1 list. If you genuinely, truly are totally confused and stupefied as to what to eat and what not to eat, start there. But I think that most of you watching kind of don't need that sort of intro course, the 101 course type information. We all know what to do. The problem is getting ourselves to do it. We know what to do. Why is it so difficult to do that consistently over a long enough period of time to get the results we want? So, this is where equal airtime comes in, and it's just one among, myriad strategies that could potentially help you. This one, here's how it works. Let's say you've been doing keto, you've been doing low carb, and it's going well, things are just going swimmingly, and you just kind of crave something. All of a sudden, you really, really could go for X. A donut, a cookie, French fries, potato chips, some pastas, bread, something high in carbs. Just kind of like out of nowhere, just, oh, I really, really want it. And that's what you say to yourself. I really want it. I just want it. It would be so great to have X. Yes, that is all true. You do want it. In that moment, you are craving it. You can sense how fabulous, how delicious it would be, how wonderful it would feel, at least in that moment. Maybe not an hour later, but in that moment, oh, how just all those bells and whistles would light up in your brain as you taste this amazing food that you're craving. So yes, that's true. But you have to give equal airtime to what else is true. I really, really want that piece of X. But I also would like to lose weight this week. I also would like to see that stupid scale go down this month. I really, really want blah. But I also really, really want to fit into that outfit that I haven't been able to fit into in 4 years or 40 years or whatever. You have to expose your brain to the other side of the story. So at least then it can make an informed decision. I can eat this thing that I'm craving really badly and I want really badly, but I also want to lose weight really badly. Or I want to get off my insulin for type 2 diabetes really badly. Or I want to see my blood sugar come down, see my blood pressure come down, get off XYZ medications. So yes, you really, really want such and such food. What else do you really, really want? You have to tell both sides of that story, give them equal airtime, right? And couple of other things to say that are sort of, I don't know, they're related. Let me give you some examples, because this equal airtime strategy, I think, can very much apply to food. I've used it in my own life. In fact, that's why I'm doing this video. I just employed this strategy myself. The last week or so, sort of out of nowhere, I've been craving some very, very specific items that I normally don't even think about ever. So it's very odd, and it wasn't just that I wanted something high in carbs. It was of some very specific items, and there were a few times I was on the verge of getting in the car and driving to the place and getting it. And what stopped me was telling myself, yes, but, and then giving equal airtime to the other part of that story. You know, that I'd like to lose a couple of pounds this month or whatever it is. So I think this applies so well with food, but just for your own edification, in case it's helpful in other parts of your life, this strategy can be used in any number of areas. And I'll give you just two examples. Let's say you go on a job interview. Maybe it's been 30 years since you interviewed for a job, but you can still picture the scenario. You're going on a job interview. And of course, the night before, you're telling yourself the horror story. You're thinking, what if I mess up? What if I make a fool of myself? What if I say something stupid? What if they ask me something and I don't know the answer and I just sit there like a deer in the headlights, like, oh, okay, yeah, all of that is possible. All of that could very well happen. But let's give equal airtime to what else could happen. What else could happen is you knock it out of the park. You knock their socks off. You're the best candidate they've ever seen. They couldn't have wished for a better candidate to fall out of the sky and walk into their office, right? And there's another possible, possibility in that scenario would be, it wasn't the worst interview. It wasn't the best. It was just, okay, you went in there, you answered the questions, you showed them your experience, and okay, you'll hear from them next week. We have to give our brains these options to choose from. Otherwise, it's only going to play around in that first option. And with food, unless you allow your brain to hear the other side of the story, unless you give it that equal airtime, the only option you gave it was to go eat the thing. Yes, you want to eat the thing. Yes, it would be delicious. Yes, you just want it. But you also just want to reverse your PCOS. You also really, really want to not have heartburn later, or a migraine, or whatever, a skin breakout the next day, whatever else might happen if you eat these things. You've got to give equal airtime. Another scenario where this could apply is, like, let's say you're going on a blind date. You could think, what if this person's an axe murderer? What if they stuff me in their car and chop me up into pieces? Or what if they're not an axe murderer, but what if there's just no chemistry? What if we don't hit it off? What if the conversation's really awkward? Again, all of that could well happen. That is certainly a possibility. I mean, hopefully not the axe murderer thing, but just no chemistry, not hitting it off. Like, okay, let's give equal airtime. That's the worst case scenario. Let's give equal airtime to the best case scenario. There's so much chemistry. You just feel great together. The conversation was amazing the whole evening. Physically, you're attracted to each other. Like, it just could not have gone better. Right? We have to give our brain all of the possibilities. We can't just give it the nightmare scenario. And I will maybe for once have a shorter video. I always promise to make shorter videos and I never do. So I'm going to leave you with one last thing from Rob Wolf, who many of you probably know. He's not super active in the keto world. He was very, very well known in the paleo and ancestral health community, and he's still active there. He still has a very large following. He's just not so well known in the keto space. Anyway, I have been a fan of Rob Wolf for a long time, and years ago he said something that I never forgot. people would write to him about, losing weight, or like, can I have X? Can I eat X? And he would say, you can eat anything you want, but you have to eat it naked in front of a mirror. Right? Give your brain, give your eyeballs equal airtime. Boy, that donut sounds amazing. I really, really want that brownie. I really want that cookie. I really want that extra large bag of French fries, whatever. Do you really want it that badly when you're looking at yourself naked in front of a mirror? And maybe you do. Okay, I'm not going to close this video out yet because there's one aspect that I forgot. When you're making that decision, I really, really want the donut, the whatever, the pasta, the rice, but I really want to fit into that outfit a few months from now, or I really want to lose weight this month, I really want my blood sugar to come down, all this stuff. When you're making that decision, you might decide that, yes, I want the bread, I want the donut, I want the cookie, I want the ice cream more than I want the other thing right now in this moment. And that's okay. You are a grown adult and you get to decide what you eat and what you don't eat. Some decisions, some choices are going to be more conducive to you getting the results you want, right? You can't necessarily give in all the time and make that decision and still get where you want to go. But you, in weighing the pros and cons in that moment, in whatever's going through your head, whether you're really stressed out or angry or scared or something's going on that's causing you to want that food that you normally wouldn't want, or maybe you always want it, but you would normally have an easier time resisting, let's say, like it just wouldn't be as big a mental battle, you might well decide, yeah, I am going to have it right now, in this moment. That is the better choice for me. Okay, fine. You get to make that choice. But you also have to live with the consequence. Like I said, are you going to lose weight that week or that month? Are you going to wake up with a migraine or heartburn or something? So that's it. Just give your brain the equal airtime, expose it to both sides of the story, or as many sides of the story as there are, as many options as there are, so that you can make an informed decision. That's it. Yeah, if you do need help with keto, if you don't know what to eat and what not to eat, like I said, check out the Page 4 diet. There's a link in the notes. Or get the book End Your Carb Confusion, follow the phase 1 list. The phase 1 food list is actually the very same as the Page 4 list. Those of you that have seen both, they look different, they're written differently, but the quantities and the foods are all the same. And I also do consultations. If you would like personalized help, one-on-one time with me, help from me with your individual situation, I do consultations. So that's also linked to in the notes below. Give me a subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.